be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. Because I was uncomfortable. I remember turning up to hockey training when I was 13, 14, senior, the men's one, and my mum would drop me down and I'd run off because I'd be too scared. And it's laughable now, but actually being a quite shy person, and you know, as adults, and not having that male role model, like I said, in my life, and understanding how to speak to them and how to act around them was always tough, and that was always a challenge. So I was probably about like 11, 12 years old, and my big sister, who was doing Race for Life, it's like a cancer charity, she's running, and I was really bored on the side of the pitch, side of the running track, and yeah, just kind of was really intrigued about like the Cardiff Met Hockey Club stand. These two women were there, and I was like, "Mum, can I put a kit on?" Because I was like, it looks really cool, look like Iron Man. And then she was like, "Oh, no, you can't." I was like, "Okay." So I ran off. Me being a 12-year-old boy, didn't listen to her. Ran off and was just put the kit on, and no hockey in my family, no real idea what hockey was. Always a footballer. And yeah, just kind of went from there then. And then that was early summer. Pulled out the leaflet under my bed. I lost it in my mess and stuff. And actually on the day of the training, which I completely forgot about, I found it. I was like, "Oh, Mum, I really want to go to this." And without a hockey kit or any knowledge, we went to Sapphire Gardens for Cardiff Met Juniors, and starts from there.
The whole summer he kept going on and on about going down for this hockey, you know. I said, if you do that, you're going to have to give up something, because you can't have you doing football and basketball, you know, on top of your school. I said, you can't, you know, it can't be done. "Oh yeah, I want to do this hockey." So come to start of year 6, September, and he's still going about it. So I said, right, okay. So we went down on a Thursday night to Cardiff, and that's it. He signed up there, and then he said, yeah, he wants to play hockey.
Yeah, proud moment for me and for my mum. So my mum was in the stand, and I knew like a week before, and I was terrified. Like I was nervous, and all the uni people came down, and I actually started the game, if I remember correctly. Like I've only got 2 caps, so it is a long time ago now. I did start the game, which probably settled the nerves a bit, and having that moment in Cardiff with everyone, I couldn't have asked for a better day. Yeah, we lost 4-3, but you never remember your first cap like that. I remember stepping on the pitch, again thinking about people who said I wouldn't be able to do it and who weren't there, and basically looking at my mum going, "Yeah, you know what, I did it." And my family were there, my older sister was there, and her fiance now was there, and everyone from uni who I love and was there and chanting my name and stuff. I made a save, and you know, that for me, moments I'll never forget. And actually being proud enough to be like, yeah, I was representing my country, and everyone should do it. Whoever represents Wales in a national sport feels with pride and be really proud, because it's the biggest honour. You could play for GB, you could play for the World 11 if you wanted to, but there's something playing for Wales can never take it for granted, I don't think, being a Welsh man as well. So yeah, when I got selected for the World Cup in India, first of all, it's in India, I did my research just in case I got selected, and being, what was I, 21 years old, I was like, this could be the greatest thing ever. And they actually send you an email, which I was obviously gutted, because I wish they sent you the letter for the door and stuff, which they used to do, but no, they send you an email. So we all wait at 6 o'clock, the group chat's popping off, like, "Oh, you're gonna get this. And I was like, just chill. And 6 o'clock comes, and in my house, my mum comes running in. I've turned all my Wi-Fi off at this point, and I've turned the whole Wi-Fi box off. And I'm nervous. I don't get nervous, stuff like that, it is what it is, but for some reason my heart was racing. And yeah, my mum's already crying at this point, because she's so nervous. So it sets me off. Yes, I cry. It sets me off. So I start crying. I haven't even been selected yet. And yeah, we did it, and then she threw my phone. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever, and we got selected. It was the best moment ever. Rhys from Rumley in Cardiff is going to a Hockey World Cup. Like,
It was surreal to think that my boy was in the World Cup. I keep saying to people, I'm like, my boy went to the World Cup. You know, I just found that, it just didn't, it's like, yeah, but no, it doesn't, you know, and not because I wasn't there, just because that's Rhys. But I know he gave up a lot to get there, as in like, you know, the GB stuff, you know, you kind of like part that. And I did say at the time, I said, I don't need to do that, you know, I don't want to do that. And he goes, oh yeah, but Mum is too much with Wales and, you know, and doing his degree. And I'm like, no, yeah, fine, you can do it, you know. He's like, no, Mum, I can't. I said, okay, right. So he's part GB, hoping to get to Wales. He didn't make the Commonwealth, see, and that, he was gutted, yeah. Yeah, but, you know, he got, like I said, he got the World Cup, so.
So I messaged everyone I needed to, rang people who I needed to. But you also reflect on people who said, no, you're not going to be able to do that. Or no, I'm not coming to watch you because I'm too busy, even though they weren't. Does it make me upset? Yeah, it does. Makes you really upset actually just because of, you know, some of the effort I've put in. And you don't expect people to be there for you. Like if they want to be, they want to be. But yeah, it was really obviously heartbreaking, like not being able to, you know, have these visions of like my dad being there watching me play, and maybe one day I'll be watching my son or daughter play hockey, or any other sport they want to do. That was heartbreaking for me. But then there's a slight thing in the back of your mind which goes, you know what, yeah, it would have been nice for people to be there or things to be a bit different, but they're just not. And it makes me who I am today. And today and tomorrow I'll be a better person for it.
You know, 90% of the time I've gone, you know, and I even drove to Belfast, you know, get on a plane within 24 hours to watch him and then come back. You know, as much as I can do, I've gone, you know, so not being able to get to India, I was gutted. I was so disappointed, but, you know, it was what it was. And then him being out there, it was great because we're very close, me and Rhys anyway, you know, and like he'd ring me and like, and he'd say he'd got off the plane and all these cameras in his faces, and he said, rang me once, he goes, Mum, I got 30 quid in my bank account. He said, they're treating me like a millionaire. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, and I was like, oh my God, it was surreal to think that's my boy, you know, that was really, and I was so proud of him, obviously.
You know, this is the first time I've spoken about it. I'm mad. Properly. So we just played England, and next day, training. Got a doctor warming my hands up because I'm a goalkeeper and just going side to side stuff. And then just pop, started just in my knee, just like I can't make the sound, I'm not doing it on camera, but it was like this pop sound, and it was, take the pads off, and I'm like, I'm in India, I'm still gonna play. I'm about 10 hour flight away from home, I'm not just gonna sit on the bench. At the time, I was thinking this. So I carried on training, and then, you know, you wake up in the middle of the night and it's blue, your knee, and you're like, oh no, I need to kind of probably get a doctor to look at this. So the team doctor was like, yeah, we're gonna go to hospital. And yeah, they said you've torn ACL and meniscus in my left knee.
And the news comes through, and I think as much for anything, everyone was just kind of gutted for him. They were just really deflated, you know, like, that's just not what you want for anyone to have. I think that the thing that we were most concerned about was the fact that he'd gone from such a high in getting to the World Cup, being selected, you know, being on the bench in front of 25,000 people for the England game, and you know and then to ultimate low, to being not even able to play, like not even being able to train, to just sit and watch.
That feeling in my stomach of not being able to fulfill a dream of mine, to be playing in the Hockey World Cup, and them doubts and the aggression and the frustration from the youth kind of floods in without people knowing. Just because it's like, in the back of my mind, people are like, oh, I told you so, you won't be able to do it. Oh, I told you, you couldn't do it. That was my initial thought, and having him 2 or 3 days just to really decompress what happened and stuff. But you don't want to be miserable on the boys.
All credit to him, as he dealt with it incredibly well. wasn't a drain on the group, which could be. You know, he didn't turn into his own shell. He wasn't, you know, you could see that internally there was so much going through his head, like, how do I get this fixed? Who do I go to? How much is it going to cost me? When can I get it done? When can I get back playing? What does it mean for the end of, you know, my degree and my future? And all those things were going on inside. And you know, we had a few conversations at certain points, just when it was quiet. You know, he'd sort of come into the room and go, "Oh, Luke, you know, it's all right if I chat to you." Yeah.
So when you're out there, it's not that bad. But you fly back and people go, "Oh, how's the World Cup? Was it amazing?" You're like, "Yeah, it was," to an extent. Like. Have I dealt with them? I think being in university really helped. Being around people, just having that constant next day, next job kind of mentality. But when you really do think about it, it's something I don't think I'll be able to get over. I haven't really spoken about this out loud, not even to my mum. It's something which sits in me and simmers in me, I guess. And maybe it'd be a good thing when I come back playing. But yeah, it is really tough. I think it's probably one of the toughest periods I've had was 2 or 3 days after my knee. Yeah, like being in India and getting offered to have surgery out there and saying no, that was a really big moment which I didn't really think about, and I don't think I had the right support, if I'm perfectly honest, from myself, like not understanding what the situation was back here, and then actually doing the injury in January and it's now September. For any international athlete, I think that's too long. But you know, it's getting done, and I think by me not having the surgery right away has made me appreciate a lot more things in my life, not just hockey. So kind of balanced out quite nicely. It's okay, fragile. But it's fine. Yeah, it's nice to be back coaching. Stupid enough, I had the operation on Friday and coached on Saturday, high on morphine, so that was good. Yeah, it's good to be back and enjoying the challenge against Cardiff Green tonight. Be aggressive, every save counts here, every comms, 4-4-2 deep. Let the half-backs, you got to step up.
Okay, yeah.
You have license today, just go and express yourself. Always get on the ball, flair, when we can. It's only a game of hockey, lads. They moved it to Friday because it's their biggest game of the season. We've got to realise, okay, as a performance squad, it's everyone's cup final to play against Cardiff Met. Everybody wants to beat us. The degree I did was sports coaching at Cardiff Met. So I was always looking to be a coach and a first team coach, hopefully, not just goalkeeper coach. I do really enjoy it actually, because it's something I've always been interested in, even with football and like, you know, even playing video games on FIFA, like you feel like you're a manager by setting a team up, and then it kind of escalates. And then now, because I'm a coach paid at Cardiff Met, I'm now watching games of football differently and hockey differently, and I hope that I can just go back to being a player, not be able to think about it, but I've got this coaching bug, which people will only understand when they do. And it's enjoyable, but it's nothing like playing. And but it's okay. It's something which you can get your teeth into, and being surrounded by people, which it really helps.
What I can see under that is really good.
Cold.
They may not bother redressing that.
Oh, one night attention.
Be fully straight and standing.
Yeah.
To come off the crutches, really.
Yeah, that's not that yet, but yeah. That's fine.
Bad day for recording the session.
My goals are to be able to be happy and enjoy life as I am right now. That's always a good one, because hockey does get a lot intense quickly. My goals are just to play for my country again. I love playing for Wales, pushing myself against the best in the world. It's cliche, but it's true. And I do love Cardiff Met Hockey Club, which I've mentioned these two over this interview a lot, but I owe Cardiff Met Hockey Club a lot. Probably more than most people know. End this conversation just saying, I don't think I've actually, we've always spoken to each other, and obviously, like, in terms of how I'm feeling and whatever, but like, I just want to say thank you. I don't, yeah, but no, but I don't, I'm not trying to make you cry. I'm just saying, like, I don't, like, it's what you've done, like, in terms of financial for me, and I know how much it was a struggle.
Yeah, how many you've been paying me 1,000 over with that. Like I said, I'm a member of a very elite club.
Just yeah, and it was always like there was times where I know it was really hard for us, and I've never really thought about it at the time, but now when I go through, when I get a bit older, when we moved around a lot.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing with that's why I can say I've been a good parent then, because you didn't need to know half the stuff, do you? Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing.
You made me cry.
I know.
Just love you, Mum.
I love you too. No doubt.